happy Monday. I am so excited to be here live with you tonight. We are live on Instagram and inside the group, trying something a little new. So bear with me if I shift, which if you've been here before, you know, I have multiple screens and they keep me on, my notes keep me on track. So I do like to bounce from screen to screen. So thank you all so much. Become a Brand Boss Bootcamp Day 1. So today we are going to talk all about nailing your personal brand. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. We've got about 200 new people in the group. And if you're on Instagram, we do have a free community, Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs. It's not too late to join if you're interested in that. And we do have a workbook that is associated with this bootcamp. I will tell you, the workbook, we're going to work a little bit differently. I know the workbook was originally broken up for day 1 through 5. And had a little bit in personal life go on, and I'm having 2 discs replaced in my neck on Wednesday. That should be fun, right? So I tell you that because what was supposed to be a 5-day boot camp is going to be compiled into 3 days, okay? So the workbook is a little different. It has day 1, 2, 3, but we're not skipping any information. You're still getting all of the content. You're still getting all of the goodness. Let me know in the comments that you're here, that you're watching. I'm going to double check, make sure we're actually live where we're supposed to be. Just because I have gone live in the wrong place before. And then we're going to jump right in. So drop in the comments and let me know if this is your first time joining us, if you've done this before. I'm excited. I'm very excited for this though, because branding is my jam. Not only graphic design and colors and fonts, and I did that in the corporate world for a while with flyers, and I even designed billboards and things. Okay, so we're live in the group, so that's what our main concern is, and we're also live on Instagram. If you're on Instagram and you didn't register, didn't get the workbook or the information, you can find the link in my bio and get the workbook, because tonight I'll actually be sharing screen a little bit and going through that. But I want to tell you a little bit about me in case you're new, because we do have a lot of new people in the group. My name is Elise Smith. I am a certified social media marketing expert. No, just kidding. Well, not kidding. I really am. But a lot of you are as well. But I am about 7 months into my full-time entrepreneurial journey. I left the corporate world where I did digital marketing back in June of this year, and I actually just got my W-2. So I want to preface tonight with some self-belief, because I will tell you, this is a W-2 for 6 months. Okay, 6 months in doing digital marketing for a corporate company. I made $24,000 in 6 months. Do that math. It's not very much, y'all. If I'd have continued working the whole year, I'd have got some bonuses and stuff like that, but I might have finished the year around, let's say 60. If I would have earned every single bonus possible, maxed out, 60,000 I would have made. In less than 6 months, I hit almost 100,000 doing it on my own with my business. So I don't tell you that to brag or sit here and say there's all kinds of money, because that's 100,000 in sales. I have a team of people. There's expenses. If you're a business owner, you know that. I tell you that because if you're serious about getting your business off the ground, you have to jump in with 2 feet. Dipping your toe in isn't going to help you anymore. So it's not, with inflation and all the things, that's not even enough to raise my family a 5 here. But I'm telling you that I went in all in 100%. I learned everything I could learn. I spent money on coaching. I still spend money on coaching. I think I probably always will, because I need the help to get the accountability. I need someone to talk me off the ledge when I'm ready to just quit. I need someone to tell me keep going. And I tell you that because that's important, because I jumped in with 2 feet. So a lot of people want to know how I got my results. And I know I'm just giving you some back burner here, because I'm ready to go off with you in the next 3 days. Okay. So I want you to be open. I want you to be honest with yourself, because I'm going to tell you a lot of things that probably need some changing. And if you're telling yourself, well, I already do that, and you really don't, you're not helping yourself. Okay. So I want you to understand that. I want you to take a strong look, take all of this in. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them in the comments. I know I came out of the gate, bold, but got my W-2, and I was like, it was that affirmation I needed that I made the right decision, because I had been with that company 5 years and I wasn't ever going to get to the income level that I needed and the freedom I needed. Okay. All right. So let's dive in. I'm so excited that you're here with me tonight. If you have your workbook, like I said, the information, the fill in the blanks, none of that's changing. It'll go out of order a little bit just because of me having to have surgery on Wednesday. I'm condensing a little bit, but you're not going to lose any information. And I do have some trainings that will be bonus this weekend and things like that. So let's dive in. So what is building a brand? Okay. A lot of people, especially a lot of people in my audience, in this group on Instagram right now, they might be in network marketing. And that, because that's where a lot of people start. That's where a lot of women start with their side hustles and their business. And I am not by any means telling you that that's not a good place to start. I also started there. I'm still in network marketing. But a lot of times when you partner with a brand that way, you forget to brand yourself. And we often make the mistake of just sharing the company flyers that they give us. You know, I recently went to a trip, an incentive trip to Mexico. My husband and I went, all expense paid by my network marketing company. And, you know, you listen to the billion-dollar leaders of this company tell you just get the people on products, just put it out there. And that's not enough. That might have worked if you were like promoter number one. That's not enough these days. So that is for network marketing. Also with coaching, I will tell you with coaching that there are so many people out there now calling themselves a coach. I can take a course online in a matter of a week and become a life coach. And I'm not discrediting anyone on here that's a life coach, because that's great. You're expanding your knowledge. But how are you going to separate yourself? Not just a life coach, a business coach. There's people out there that don't even have a business. They don't even have a successful business, but they call themselves a business coach. So I tell you that because you've got to figure out what's going to set yourself apart. Me, what sets me apart? I usually don't have a filter. People like that. People like the boldness and the transparency. I'm very transparent. When I'm on it and when I'm failing, I'm transparent. That's what I have built my brand around. You're going to get the honesty from me. And that's part of my branding. That's part of my messaging. And when people don't feel like they're getting that from me, something's off. That's what's attracted people to me. That's one reason my brand took off quickly, is because I was transparent and I was vulnerable and I did jump in with 2 feet. So I'm telling you this because you've got to figure out what is going to establish your personal brand's foundation. Okay. So if you're in the workbook, it says understanding what branding is and why you need to develop one is the beginning stage of launching your business successfully online, okay, or on social media. I say social media, but there are several platforms that you use in your business or you probably have heard of or plan to use in your business that aren't technically social media. They are and they're not. I would not consider YouTube or Pinterest. They're more like a search engine than a social media. So, but that's online. So I've started, I don't want to say flip-flopping, but I talk a lot more about digital marketing in general because there still is a digital aspect to it. Not everything's social media. Not everything has to be on social media. If you have a website, if you have a blog, if you're on Pinterest or YouTube, or they have a social aspect because people can comment on them. But just know that I just talk about online in general. Bringing your customers online, meeting your customers online, okay? So avoid these newbie mistakes. There's 4 big mistakes that I see very often. And let me know in the comments as I go through these. Like I said, I asked you to be vulnerable tonight if you've made this mistake, whether it be now or you corrected it already. But number 1 is branding yourself with the company. Now, this is my personal, I will say this is my personal opinion. These are my personal experiences. I have had upline before in the past that's how they built their entire business, was branding themselves with the company. It didn't work for me. It hasn't worked for me. It still isn't working. It never worked for me. So personally, I don't feel like you should tie yourself to a company. And I'll tell you this from a network marketing standpoint and affiliate marketing standpoint. From network marketing, if I'm right now on my third company, because I am in it for, I love products, but I think a lot of companies have great products. I'm in it for the comp plan. I'm in it to build a business. I'm in it for residual income for my kids and my family and my husband and my retirement. Like I'm here for the business side of it. So I have switched companies in the past. I also have had a lot of personal stuff that came up, and my business would build and fail and build and fail. And it's been like that, right? So putting on my personal profile, and I'll share my screen so y'all can see what I mean. Let me see. Present, share screen. I had to start a new screen, but that's okay. What I'm talking about is if you put on here, I am a 4K at Lavelle. I'm going to pick on Lavelle because that's who I'm with and I don't want to offend anyone. But here, right? Well, that ties you to that company. So if someone clicks on that company, oh, she works there. Oh, okay, cool. And that leads you back to that company. There's nothing special about that for you. There's nothing special about that for you. So what separates you? You're promoting that company and you're building up that company's brand. The same thing with affiliate marketing. If you're an affiliate for 5 different companies, you can't tie yourself to only one, because then people aren't going to know about your other offers. So really pay attention to how much you tie yourself to something, because I've also seen where companies have gone out of business. And I have known people that tied themselves to one network marketing company. They pushed and pushed and pushed. They even used that company's logo on all of their stuff. And then that company sold out and they lost their position overnight. And it was very hard for them to pivot because everyone just knew them as it was a skincare company, but as the skin girl, the skin girl. They didn't have a personal brand. So what separates you from all other 15,000 promoters selling the same thing you have? Why, as a consumer, would I want to come to you instead of just Googling, Lavelle DFTs and buying it on eBay? I could probably get it cheaper, honestly. What separates you? So that's your first newbie mistake that you want to try to avoid, is really tying yourself, not building your personal brand, but building up the brand of these other companies. The second mistake that I would avoid is not having a cover photo designed for your business. Now, and I just stopped sharing screen. I should just leave it up. Sorry. But I recommend having something that this is a huge piece of real estate right here. Okay. Huge piece of real estate. And this is something, it says view tab from StreamYard. Oh, cool. Okay. This is perfect. All right. This is a massive piece of real estate for you. And I'm not saying don't advertise your family. It is your personal profile. So do what you wish. But if someone comes to my profile on Facebook, they're going to know what I am. I'm a social media marketing expert. I want you to click right here. And when they click it, it opens and it gives them all of my resources. So make sure you're using this space. What else can you tell from this cover photo that I didn't even have to say? Because I think sometimes people cram too many words on them too, and they get a little cluttered. So try not to keep it cluttered, because think about the people who are looking at this on their phone. That's a ninja tip. Anything you do graphic wise, make sure that you go look at it on your phone as well. But because you have to kind of center load the words to make sure that they are, visible. But what my podcast, right? So people now know I'm a podcaster. And I don't have that on here anywhere, right? So they know I'm a podcaster. By the look of this graphic, they could probably tell I do graphics too, because it's pretty sweet. This is one of my favorite ones I've ever done. But I'll tell you, that's something else I didn't have to say. I didn't have to say. I'm wearing my brand colors. So we'll get more into colors and fonts and things like that. But I want you to understand that branding is a lot more than colors and fonts. Once you pick your colors and fonts, you're done. Unless you decide to pivot. Branding is all about messaging and identity and awareness. It's a lot more than just making things pretty. But I am in my brand colors. So it's just another reiteration of, oh, if we see that color, you see, Walmart colors, what that W is, what Coca-Cola's logo is, those colors and fonts, right? So that's another newbie mistake, is not using that real estate. Okay. A third newbie mistake is posting the company flyers. And I kind of already talked about this a little bit, but I'm not saying don't advertise sales or don't advertise your network marketing company. But if you're with a network marketing company or you're an affiliate for a company, then you can advertise. You can be more bold and more open in your stories, because they disappear after 24 hours. And I say that just because the people that are viewing your stories, it's like real time, right? But loading your profile up with pictures and flyers doesn't separate you. It doesn't set you apart. Okay. So that's something that you want to really consider. How does that separate you? Go in Canva and put your picture on it at least, or make it yours, but really think about that. And I think we had 4 spots. Yeah. So the fourth newbie mistake is your profile photo. A lot of people don't really take into consideration their profile photo. And look, if you're someone who's building your business the old school way by making phone calls, telephones, look, I'm not here to shade you. Like, if that's working for you, keep going. But if you're building on social media, you really need to consider your profile photo, because a couple things. And I know this is hard because it's our personal profile and we want to advertise our lives, right? We want to make it personal, but you need to consider, I'll use my husband as an example. Does he really need to be in it? Like, does he really need to be in it? It makes it, sorry, my mom's blowing my phone up, Instagram, apologize. Does he need to be in it? No, it's my profile. If you're building a business on social media, then you need to have your face on there. Especially, I'll tell you, especially like multiple females. Like if I had a girls trip, right? And I put my cover or my profile photo up, how are they going to know which one's Elise? Which one is she? Make sure your profile photo is you. Make sure they can see your eyes. Eyes are important for connection. Eyes help build that know, like, and trust factor. A smile is encouraged. I'm not always the best with smiling, even though I had braces twice, and you would think, oh, well, she's got great teeth. I'm not a teeth smiler, not usually. So that's why you always will see my mouth open. Somebody made that comment the other day about like my mouth. I'm always like, because I just don't know what to do. It's awkward, but I have no problem doing it and I make it work, right? So make it work. All right. So moving on, the 7 principles of personal branding. So a lot of times these are going to do with these are like old school branding principles, but you want to mold them to you. Okay. If it doesn't apply to you, it doesn't apply to you. Okay. These are principles that are made for the masses, right? So if you feel like, oh, well, that's not something I need to worry about, then great. But again, I asked you to be transparent and vulnerable and make sure that you're honest with yourself. Are you doing these things? Are you ensuring these things are done? Okay. So personal branding is a topic that's, like I said, near and dear to my heart. And it's one that's widely discussed by marketers and businesses for years. But if you've been building on social, you have heard a lot about it in the last several years, probably since COVID. Okay. I would say I'd never heard so much about branding in my life until the last couple of years. And that's because there's more and more competition coming online. So the branding's becoming more and more important, because not to say you don't have anything to offer, but not many of us are going to have proprietary type services, right? I mean, like, I own a social media marketing agency. I'm a social media coach and consultant, and I have, some courses. How many other people out there have courses and coaching and consulting? But as a branding strategist and someone who's got a lot of experience in this, I'm extremely passionate about it. So I'm excited to share a lot of this with you today. So a lot of people, I'll tell you some myths A lot of people think it's like a fad or it's unimportant. It's just another way to confuse people. But I'll tell you that it really does have a lot to do with attraction marketing. And you all know and have heard and have learned and have studied, hopefully, attraction marketing. That's the key to your content marketing and getting people attracted to you. So the first branding principle is going to be your reputation. And I say this, and again, this is my opinion on these, but your personal brand is your reputation, right? It's the promise and value, the promise of expectation from you. So people are already talking about you and your brand, whether you know it or not, whether they're engaging or not. Let me know in the comments if anyone has ever said, oh yeah, I saw that video you did a couple days ago. Happens to me all the time. And you know what? I'm like, why didn't you like it? Why didn't you share it? Drop me a comment. Support your girl. Like, my family's the worst about it, okay? Oh yeah, I saw that reel you did the other day. And blah, blah, blah. People are seeing it, okay? They're seeing it whether they're commenting or not. But what you have to consider is, wouldn't you like to influence what they're saying, right? What do you want to become known as a trusted authority in? Do you want to become known as a trusted authority in all natural cooking? Or you want to become a trusted authority in social media marketing, life coaching, trauma recovery, business strategy? What do you want to be known for? And I'll tell you, when you start building that, it blows my mind. So I'll give you an example. A couple weeks ago, we all get that imposter syndrome. We all feel like things are slowing down, or we're not making the income we want to make, or that happens at even the highest level, y'all, even the highest level. And I had a really large November and a slower December. And I was just like, man, I can't believe I slowed down. And, I think some of it was my body's way of telling me, like, you need to learn how to be okay with the down periods, because I was able to get caught up on my website. I was able to make a lot of changes in my business, but I was down, I was just feeling down for a day. And that happens. A lot of that, it's happened a lot lately, more lately to me since the neck thing. And I haven't been able to get a lot of my exhaustion out in the a lot of my frustration out in the gym like I was. So, bottled up energy. But somebody made a post in a local Hancock County, Mississippi Facebook page and said, I own a business and I need help with social media. Who do you recommend? There was 12 tags on that post. Okay, 12 tags. I was 11 of them. 11. That poor other girl. But I've made myself known, especially here locally in my little bitty town of 8,000 people, but in the county in general is probably like 50,000. But anyway, for the social media person, that's freaking awesome. That's cool. That's freaking cool. The lady hasn't returned my call, but hey, that's awesome. Like that means my branding is right. People know what I'm doing. They know what I'm selling, what I'm serving, how I can help them. That's cool. So that means my branding is getting out there. It's helping me get my content out there. People are knowing what my strategies are. They're knowing how I can serve people. That's what you have. I'm a trusted authority in social media marketing. That's what you want to create. That irresistible content that people know what you're for. So if your name was mentioned to your ideal clients, who do you know that does blank? What should it be? So you really need to think about that. Okay. Personal branding principle number 2 would be authenticity is not an overused buzzword. It's a paramount. Okay. I did a whole boot camp on how to tell your story authentically. And that was a lot of content in a very small boot camp, I will say. But from a marketing perspective, the word authenticity has, been placed where people think, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. It's not authentic. It's like organic. I hear people use the word organic all the time. Oh, it's organic traffic. It's organic traffic. And all that means is they're not paying for it. It's not paid ads. That's all it really means. But people toss the word around a lot. The same thing with authenticity. But people are misusing the word, and they're using it as an excuse for not having a brand. I will tell you that all the time. I will tell you 100 times. People will go rogue on their social media and go drinking and get drunk and make a drunk post, and they'll be like, well, that's me authentic. That's me being real. That's me being authentic. That's how you lose clients. And I'm not judging anybody because I like my occasional drinks, especially when I have a babysitter. Almost only when I have a babysitter because my kids are too bad to drink and have here. But I will tell you, people go rogue, or they don't focus on their brand, or they're worried they're going to sell. I sound salesy, so I'm just going to keep it real on my personal profile, and they get a little too real. Just saying. Authenticity can be a great thing for you to, like I said, I'm transparent, but it can't be an excuse for bad behavior. Okay. Authenticity is when you're discovering and defining your brilliance, your uniqueness, your individuality, but it's got to have your best intentions, the best, and it's got to be intentionally you. So just know that, because I've seen that in clients. I've seen that when I've done social media audits. I do audits, and I record audits for people where I dig through all of their content and tell them, what I could see improvement in. And that's very often a lot of it. Now, I will say my TikTok's where my humor's at. But I've had to rein that back a little bit because I don't want it to come across as I went rogue on TikTok. But Facebook is my jam, and I keep 100% brand on Facebook. So just know that and consider that, okay? Number 3, less is more. So we're told you need more content more frequently across more platforms to stand out. If you're building a reputation, you need to trust your authority. I suggest less is more. And this is what I mean. Not more content, but the right content, okay? So just because you shared 18 memes that you thought were funny that doesn't make more content that's going to convert. That actually works against the content you spend a lot of time to create. So is it relevant, and does it nurture your ideal client? Okay. Is it doing any good for your client? Is it helping you build that know, like, and trust factor? Does it challenge the status quo in your industry? Okay. This is something that I personally am focusing on more in 2023. Showing what you don't agree with. I know that sounds negative, but think about it. Think about the leaders that you follow in the different industries. Like, let's use an Instagram reel strategist. Brock Johnson. Let's pick Brock. I like to pick on him. He very often starts his content out with, you shouldn't do this on Instagram. That sets him apart. You're going to very often find another guru that's going to tell you do what he told you not to do. Who's right? They both could be right. It's their opinion. So don't be afraid. Have some facts. Don't go make stuff up, but don't be afraid to put your opinion out there and say, this is what you should be doing or you shouldn't be doing. That's going to set you apart from just agreeing and blending in with every other basic, this is what you do on Facebook or Instagram. And what compels your client to take the next step with you? Okay. So I'm not saying post more frequently, but the right frequency and the right format, the right approach, that's important. So this is where you really got to dig in and do that ideal that ideal client. You really need to know, who is that person. So let me know in the comments. I'm gonna grab a sip of coffee. Don't mind the fingernails. My daughter decided to halfway paint them for me yesterday. She didn't nail it. We're gonna say that. But let me know in the comments, is that something you're struggling with? Are you struggling with how much content should I post? When should I post? How many times a day? Or are you struggling more along the lines of knowing what to post? Ooh, Cindy said, that's a problem for me. I'm always afraid to be wrong. Well, I do a lot of A/B testing because I want to come to my group and as an expert. So I often run a lot of tests, right? Somebody actually noticed this last week. I was reading through the the messages, and someone said, I see you post 5 to 6 videos a day on TikTok. And I did for 2 weeks. Posted 5 videos a day to see what my results would be, because I'm planning a short video content training. And I follow several people on TikTok that say contradicting things. One girl said post 5 videos a day. One girl says post 1 every 3 days, but use transitions, do a lot of editing. So I'm like, wonder what one works best for me. So I often do a lot of tests, Cindy. And I'll tell you that both of those girls have, and this is just TikTok as a reference, but both of those girls have very engaged followings. And they're using 2 totally different strategies. So it doesn't mean your strategy is going to be wrong. Might not be right for the person that reads it. I think the same strategy is going to work for me that works for you. But that's the importance of having a coach or having someone that can help you learn how to test it. I have my own coach that I have Voxer access to, which is amazing, by the way, because every day I'm like, hey, I got a question about that. What would you do about this? A lot of times it's just running things by someone. But it has been amazing because it's very much, we second guess ourselves, right? I'm like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't think it's a good idea. And I have that push that says, do it. What's the worst thing that could happen? You go back to making 40,000 a year, 50,000 a year. Like, come on. What's the worst thing that could happen, right? Don't be afraid to do it. Let's see what to post. Okay. So branding buckets is something that we're going to talk about. So we will definitely go over kind of what to post, Kelly. And then I've struggled with how much to post. Okay. So Samantha said she struggled with how much. I personally have had more success posting as far as like on Facebook, static post, which a static post just means one that doesn't move. It stays still. So a picture pretty much. Once a day. If I decide to do a second post per day, I either have something that I really want to get out there time sensitive wise. And then I do multiple video contents a day just because I actually enjoy doing TikToks and Reels. So that's something that you'll see multiple from me, mostly on TikTok. I'm not a super Instagram fan. No offense, Instagram, because there's some people over here watching. The algorithm on Instagram hasn't been super good to me. And I think it's just because I'm not that niched, right? I'm in affiliate marketing. I'm in network marketing. I have my agency. So I'm not focused on only one piece of content, and I probably never will be because I like being a rounded person. So Instagram, I haven't seen as much growth, but I have seen a lot more engagement. So engagement's the ultimate metric. That's what you really want anyway. All right. What principle are we on? Number 4, be a category of 1. This is actually going to tell you everything that I just told you I don't do. No, I'm just kidding. So as far as like a category of 1, what I mean by that is instead, if you are, okay, let's circle back. I recently read an article that advises businesses to sign up to their competitors' webinars and monitor their websites and alert you when changes in their wording and experience, so you can kind of spy on your competitors. Okay. And there's a website called SEMrush. I'll drop the link in the comments later, where you can actually check out like their SEO and everything. Okay. And I get what they're saying about that. And I think that is still smart. You've always heard that, and I believe in collaboration, don't get me wrong, but you got to stay up with the trends and the competition. But if you're a change maker and you're a thought leader, I'm going to advise you to kind of step back from doing that too much. Okay. And I know that sounds contradicting. I still think you should check and see what's trending and what's happening in the industry and the innovations, but don't use necessarily your competitors as a baseline all the time, because in fact, your competitors should be following you to see what you're doing. So you don't want to use your competitors all the time and just copy what they're doing. You want to find something that's completely unique. So that's what I mean by being a category of 1, because if you're focusing on what makes you unique, it won't matter who tries to copy you. Okay. And that's what I've really tried to do with my own brand. It won't matter. I see people copy, literally. It blows my mind every time. Like, I'm like, tag me at least. I see people copy my statuses and just repost them. Happens all the time. All the time. But I've chosen to say, well, that just means I'm a leader, and they wanted to use my post. It was so good. I just wish I would get tagged. Just tag me. You can do it. Just tag me so I get the credit. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you continue to only spy on your competitors, you're just hurting yourself in the long run, because one, you're going to get that imposter syndrome. So you're going to constantly be worried about what they're doing, right? You're going to spend more time doing what you're going to spend more time. Cindy's posting a bunch of periods. I don't know what she's doing. Oh my gosh. You're going to spend more time making yourself sick over what they're doing than figuring out your own content strategy. Okay. All right. Principle number 5, speak to an audience of one. So we've all heard this. If you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. When it comes to your branding messages, you need to try. When you try to speak to everyone, you're going to speak to no one. And this is going to go unnoticed. Your content's going to go unnoticed. Okay. It adds noise and it adds clutter. So you need to get to know you're okay, Cindy. I was a little worried for your safety for a minute. If you're on Instagram, Cindy had a little episode in the comments. But from the challenges that you face, or that your ideal client faces, that's where you need to draw your content from. So you need to speak to their problems. People don't buy products, they buy solutions. They don't buy services, they buy solutions. Okay. So with your umbrella statement that captures a promise of value and expectation, they need to be able to understand that you are going to solve their problem. So write to the core content theme and the core content topics. Okay. So your personal branding, messaging, and content is probably the most important thing you're going to learn all night. Okay. So make you a list of what your client struggles with. And I challenge you to think really deeply, because I did a podcast interview today. I'll tell you this. First male entrepreneur that's going to be on my podcast. I originally was only doing female entrepreneurs, and he's a friend of mine. We did business together in the corporate world. He's worked on, he owns a franchise of Tent World, which is they do aftermarket parts and all the things on cars. And he owns a franchise with multiple locations. And he inquired when I had put out there on my story that, I was looking for people to be on my podcast. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to limit it to just females. I mean, I'm all about the female empowerment, but we can learn a lot from each other, right? And anywho, he was talking about today, there's only 2 things that you don't mess with him. And he had the bad boy thing going on, but whatever. Is his money and his family. But what it really boils down to is if you mess with his money, meaning, you make a bad deal with him, or you don't want any people stealing from you or anything like that, employees or whatever. Ultimately, you mess with his family by doing that. So the root cause of the problem is don't take things, don't mess with his family. And I was like, it's a really backwards way of explaining it, but I kind of like it, because think about if you sell a health and wellness product that helps people lose weight, what, you could say, oh, it's about confidence, right? Or it's about, she wants to get back to her pre-baby weight or whatever. But is it more than that? Is she being intimate with her husband the way that she wants to be because she's, doubting her looks? Is it hurting her relationship with her kids because and this was me personally, before I went on my health and wellness journey, I couldn't run after my kids the way I wanted to because I was having knee pain and I was having ankle pain. So it wasn't even about the pain. It was about the quality of life I was having because I wasn't able to be as active with my kids as I wanted to be. So when you're digging into your clients' pain points, really get inside their mind of what is the real problem? What is the root cause of, we could say, oh, because my clothes don't fit. Okay, cool. Go buy bigger clothes. Like, what's the real problem? Right? So I encourage you to think about that, because that's where you need to come from to build content to help your clients. Okay. All right, number 6, be distinguishable, uncopyable. Okay, you want to make sure that, again, something is setting you apart. If someone were to take your message, remove your name and replace it with theirs, happens all the time, and no one would be wiser, could they distinguish that it's not their branding, right? Really? So think about that. Your aptitude, your attitude, your approach, and when it's combined with your thread, no one can copy you. So really think about, what are your unique fingerprints, okay? What is gonna make you uncopyable? Number 7, identify your invisible thread. That's what I just talked about. So this is what ties everything into an irresistible way. Sorry, y'all, words are hard tonight. Key milestones and markers which are relevant to your ideal client. So these are things that are going to validate you, your signature system. Let me see. I've got some comments. One second, y'all. Leslie said, question here. When making a list of what your client struggles with, using you, for instance, do you have different avatars for your different focuses? Okay, so that's a really good point. So the way I have personally, for me, brought it all together is the business side. So even with like Lavelle, which is my health and wellness company, I lead with the business. I do have a health and wellness community, which we'll talk a little bit more about, forming your own community, where I dig a little deeper into the health and wellness space. But for all of my content, I talk about making money online in general. So you'll actually be seeing this from me in February. We're going to do a multiple streams of income masterclass. And I'm going to talk about the 9 income streams that I currently have right now. But people wanting to make money on social media, people wanting to make money in network marketing, people wanting to make money with affiliate marketing, it's all making money online. So that's my avatar, is a female that is between 28 and 37, is actually what it used to be, but I've changed. So Cindy's dropped her book again, I think. So originally I had a younger avatar because with Lavelle, I felt like that was more my avatar. My avatar has changed in 2023 because I actually help women my age and older is my ideal client. That I seem to have break things down easier for people to, and I actually have more patience for people that are my age and older. I worked with a couple 22-year-olds, and I was, no offense if anybody on here is 22, but I was like, whoo, okay, I need a break. But my ideal avatar is women who are just getting started, or they're ready to go full time and implement simple social strategies into their businesses. So whether it be through affiliate marketing or through coaching or through building their courses, I help women from 35 to, I've got a client that's almost 70. But I enjoy helping that woman who's ready to go full time in her business and really level up, but all make money online. So I hope that, okay, Leslie said that explains it. Okay, got it. Yeah, it's very hard because when I first was leading with the product for my health and wellness company, I was confusing the hell out of my audience. They were like, she sells this weight loss stuff, but she also has social media agency and that's the cool thing with affiliate marketing is that you can do affiliate marketing and people not even know that you're an affiliate. Like a lot of these high ticket affiliate marketing opportunities, people will create TikTok accounts for each opportunity. And they find more success that way because they're able to be really niched. So that is an opportunity. And that training that I took and that I talk about all the time teaches you about that. And it's like $7. So if anybody wants that, let me know. Drop it in the comments. I'll get you that link. $7 affiliate marketing training. It was the best thing I ever did. It taught me everything about making funnels and where to find affiliate opportunities. And it really has made a difference for me. All right, so number 7 was identify your invisible thread. So, these key milestones and markers that are relevant to your ideal client that continue to validate why you are the authority figure, okay, or why you are the one to come to. Okay, so how are you innovating? How are you challenging the status quo? And I'll give you my example. A lot of women in this business or in this, that are trying to make money online have this goal of $10,000 a month. Let me know in the comments if that's on your vision board or ever been on your vision board. But everybody wants to see that first 10K month. They want that 5-figure month. And a lot of times, it's on there for several years. And a lot of times that's just because they either don't know how to brand themselves, they don't know how to reverse engineer it. They don't know how to make it. They're not sure. They're stuck. They feel stuck. That's one thing that I can say sets me apart. And like I said, I'm not here to brag. I was very transparent and bold in the beginning. I hit $10,000 a month in a matter of 3 months. And that was, one, because I went all in and I invested in myself. And I will make that statement very boldly. If you're not willing to invest money in yourself, you can't expect anyone else to invest money in you. You can't expect to sell a coaching program or a course or anything and have someone invest their money in you if you're not willing to invest money in yourself. So if you don't ever get a coach that doesn't have a coach, because then they're not leveling up and they're not going to take you with them. Okay. So I've invested somewhere $30,000. Oh, I said that very loud. I hope my husband didn't hear that. In my own coaching, and that's because I want to make sure that I can take anyone with me. If someone's ready to go and they want to be my client, that I can help them. I can't help them if I'm not continuing to invest in myself and get better or learn. Okay, so let's go through some of these really quick. Let's see. We might go over a couple minutes. If y'all are okay with it, I'm okay with it. Okay. So Cindy, a lot of people in the affiliate marketing business, Cindy said, so an account for each niche. So if I was to become an affiliate for, I'm going to use Ray Higdon as an example. Okay. So you can become an affiliate for a lot of these coaches. I actually have an intention on having an affiliate program next year. I don't have enough courses or things for you to affiliate for yet, but my program that I use, ThriveCart, actually has the opportunity to have an affiliate program. And I was like, it just makes sense to reward people if they refer people to me, to reward them with money, right? Referral programs and things like that are a phenomenal way to build a business. So a lot of high ticket items, if you were to, let's say, like I said, be an affiliate for Ray Higdon, a lot of people will they can't be an affiliate for Ray and be an affiliate for Marina Simone, right? Then it's going to look a little funny. So a lot of times they will make multiple accounts to affiliate for different people, if that makes sense. Or if I was to be an affiliate for Walmart and I was also to be an affiliate for Target, you might make 2 different TikTok accounts to promote that. So yes, in affiliate marketing, you will often find people with 3 to 4 accounts. And you'll often find people with 3 to 4 accounts that post the same thing on all 3 or 4 accounts. They're just reaching different people. If I had more arms or more time in the day, I would do it. But affiliate marketing is one stream of my income. It's not all of it. So, but yeah, there is one girl I follow that has 3 accounts. And they're all different names, but she posts the same videos on all the names, on all of them, same video on all the platforms. So 3 different TikTok accounts. I was like, that's creative. So anywho, all right. So back to the workbook. All right. So brainstorm a little bit. So it'll take some dedication, some commitment on your side to put in the effort required to build your online presence. Okay. So we talked about this in the beginning. I know I was a little harsh, but I want y'all to know that I do believe in you. So remember to write your objectives and write some reasons that this is important to you. Bring it back to you. Why is this important to you? Why is building this important to you? Remember, we talked about a few minutes ago, like, is it really the money or is it another reason? For me, Brittany, we'll get you a copy of the workbook. It was emailed, but it was like the day you signed up, so it could be in your spam from weeks ago. There's no telling. But and I'm starting to think Active Campaign's sending everything to spam, because you're not the first person that has told me they can't find it. But for me, money's great. Okay, money's great. But I'll tell you why money is not my number one goal. Of course, I want to scale. I want to continue to make more money. Most people do. But it's not about the money. It's about the options. It's about the options. Then the hospital called me on, what was it, Thursday? Thursday, to collect $10,000 for my surgery on Wednesday. $9,742, I think it was. $10,000. How many people would have to say, oh, I can't do that right now? And I'm telling you, it's affecting my quality of life. Like, it's 2 discs. They're touching my spine. My whole right arm is numb most of the time. So I can't imagine. I don't think I could have afforded it. That's with insurance, by the way. I have insurance. That's with insurance. On this W-2, I think I would have had to wait. Or I'd had to say, do you have a payment plan? Or, hey, look, and this doctor, it's requiring it up front or whatever. But seriously, my grandma couldn't have paid for that. I don't know that my parents could have, honestly. So it's not always about money. It's about options. And, if I make multiple 6 figures or 7 figures a year, guess what? I can have those options for my family too. If my grandmother does need a surgery and can't drop 10 grand, that's what. So that's what I'm saying. I know a lot of people, and Brittany, I see your comment. She said, I can't afford coaching. I know that is difficult. And it's hard because we're in this mindset of thinking, but I'll challenge you to think of coaching as an investment in yourself. Okay. Because a lot of times you got to spend money to make money. And I know you've heard this, you've all heard this, but if you don't do anything about it, what's going to happen? You're going to be right back where you were. You're going to be here a year from now. Same place, still with 10K a month on your vision board. So you got to make a change. So I am going to share with you, I'm going to invite you to hang out for a second. I want to share with you what Socially Awesome is bringing. If you would like to work more with us, I just want to invite you to check it out. No pressure. Think about it. We do have some offers for this month. These are probably, I'm not even going to say probably, they have increased in price since December, and with the cost of inflation, they're probably going to continue to increase in price. So I challenge you that if you really are serious about 2023 and you want the opportunity to work with me one-on-one, this is your opportunity. Okay. Because they're only going to get more expensive. And that's because I have a team. I have, I have a whole company, and I'm giving my team, more hours and things like that too. So I challenge you just to think about it if you're serious. So if you're struggling to make moves in your business and you're exhausted, not seeing progress you want to see, like I said, all been sitting there wanting to hit that $10,000 a month and haven't been able to hit it yet. Not sure where you're going wrong. You feel stuck. I don't want to go back to my job. I think Kelly said she don't want to go back to her 9 to 5. Sometimes you just got to get help to get you past that hump, right? You need that help. So if you're tired of watching the trainings, some of you watch a lot of trainings. I know I watch a lot of trainings. I got like 5 trainings to catch up on, but don't go implement it. And a lot of times it's not because you don't want to, because you don't know how, or you have shiny object syndrome where you're like, oh, there's another training. I got to go do that. And a lot of you have been on here with me for every free training, and I'm going to continue to offer free training. So you are more than welcome here. You're always welcome here. But you have to know at what point are you going to be ready to get that one-on-one? Because there's only so much you can learn in an hour in a group setting, right? A lot of you are in group coaching. I know this. I've been in group coaching with a lot of you. But you need more. You need someone, you spend a lot of time in the group setting celebrating everyone else. When is it time to celebrate you? I watch a lot of people in these group trainings because I still get on a lot of them. I still get on them weekly because I like the connection, right? But I watch a lot of people that say when it's time to give a win, they don't have a win. Or they're like, oh, I don't know. That's mindset. And it's the same mindset that's keeping you from investing in yourself. And some of you just can't seem to get the techie stuff down, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Like, it took me an hour to update my phone the other day. Tech changes daily, okay? I'm just saying. So what if I told you I could help you? I could help you build that content strategy. I could help you get unstuck, get your personal branding on point, automate, get that freebie launched, whatever you need to do. I could teach you everything that I did in 6 months, okay? Y'all, like I said, y'all saw my W-2, right? Poor, pitiful W-2 here. 6 months. 6 figures. That was life-changing for me. Life-changing for me. And there's no money guarantees. I can't guarantee anything. What I can guarantee you is I built that myself from scratch with the help of coaching. From scratch. Literally left my job and was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but you ever heard that, like, you ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here? That was kind of me, peacing out. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to figure it out. There's people on Upwork making $45 an hour. I'm out. I'm going to figure it out. And I did. And I want to help you do the same thing, okay? So I want to teach you everything I wish I'd have known, because it took me about 3 months to get my ish together and finally say, okay, this is what I need to do. Or this is the strategy I need to take. It took me a minute. And I came in with social media marketing experience. Like I said, 5 years I did that in corporate for a large franchise. So I had the digital marketing experience. It was the business experience that I didn't have, or that I didn't know I had, right? So my team and I have put together 3 options on how we can help you level up in your business now before we get too far into 2023. The last thing you want to do is wait till August and be like, damn it, I knew I should have jumped in, or I knew I should have got help, or it's August and you're, still struggling and you haven't made any progress. And you're like, well, I got like 10 more friends on Facebook than I had in January. Like, sometimes followers doesn't matter, guys. I mean, audience growth is important, but if we're not learning to strategize and grow it properly, it doesn't matter how many Facebook friends you have, honestly. So just think about that. Okay. So the awesome deal number 1 is a VIP day with me. This is where you get clarity, where you're headed and why. Okay. You get ish done. Working sessions where together we can accomplish what you've been putting off. You've been telling yourself for months that you're going to get that freebie done. You're going to grow your email list. You're going to launch your course. You're going to launch your podcast. You're going to post every damn day, and you ain't done it yet. I know, because I've been watching some of you. I've been talking to a lot of you, most of you. I know most of you. And you're struggling, you're stuck, right? You just need that help. So you'll be reconnected with your vision. You'll know what next steps to take. What's doable for you. We'll make an action plan together, okay? Resources, checklists, done for you templates. If I have a template for it, you can have it. You can ask anybody that's done a VIP day with me. I gave them templates for freebies. I gave them templates for posting. I gave them templates for cover photos. Whatever I got, they can have it. If my agency owns it, you can have it during your VIP day. I give it all to them on a Trello board. So you get a pre-VIP social media audit. This is a $349 value that I've thrown in for this particular offer for this month, for January. You get a VIP 30-minute clarity call. So this is where we say, okay, what are you struggling with? What have you been struggling with? Tell me what we're going to do on your VIP day. This is where we make your action plan, because that's where a lot of people are struggling. They don't know what's the next step. What am I doing wrong? What's next? What's next? So I will do an audit, and then on your clarity call, we will discuss. This is what the audit, this is what I found. Then you bring to the table and say, these are the things I want to work on, and we prioritize. You have a 6 hour. So it used to be 5 hours. I've gone up to 6 so we can have some bathroom breaks, because some of those 5 hour days were a little long without a bathroom break. But we have some bathroom breaks, okay? At my hourly strategy rate, that's a $3,000 value alone, just for the 6 hours, okay? You get a customized action plan for the best possible outcome. So I'm going to give you a strategy plan, an action plan, so that you can continue to implement it without me. And then you also get 30 days of Voxer access to me after. So the day after your VIP day, if you have questions, Voxer me. Let's work through it together, okay? Let's work through it together. How do I go to the next page? Oh, crap. Okay. All right. So $4,749 value altogether, and I'm offering it for $3,000. If you saw this in November, like I said, the price increased. It's going to continue to increase because inflation is not going down. I'm paying my team more, costs more to live. So if you're ready to jump in, I would do it now. Okay. I'll tell you a couple things I've done with people during VIP days before. One VIP day, we planned over 90 days worth of content. If you were to hire my agency to do your content for 3 months, it would cost you more than this. Okay. So I'm just letting you know that. I had one where we created 2 freebies and put them into landing pages. So she left with not only 1, but 2 landing pages with freebies, emails, and everything. People don't build landing pages for 2 of them. Not, that's just not quality landing pages. Okay. So consider it. The next, I told you I had 3 offers. I don't come to the table with just one option usually. So if you're really serious about change, okay, what if you and I could have 18 meetings over the next 12 months? 18 times. Unlimited Voxer. I told y'all earlier, that's how I contact my coach. It's amazing. Amazing to have someone in my pocket at all times to help me. Okay. So if you're not ready to hire social media out, but you know that you need help, you need assistance with tech stuff, you want someone to help you build a strategy to get your branding, all these things we talked about tonight together, I have consulting. Okay. Consulting on my terms is pretty much working sessions. So you can ask anybody that does consulting with me now. We share a screen, and I will log into their account and show them how to do something. That's just how it works. And that's what a lot of you are missing. You currently have coaching, or you have courses that you watch, but you don't know how to implement it. It doesn't do you any good if you don't take the action, right? So you get 18 sessions. They're 45 minutes each. They're all recorded, so you have them to reference back to. You get unlimited Voxer access to me for 12 months. These 18 sessions, you can split them up however you like. So I have one client that does every other week religiously. We meet every other week. I have another client who has been saving them all. I don't know what she's going to do with them. I guess we're going to use them all at the end of the year. I have one client that every time she launches, we meet, we plan. I did her graphics with her. So, and we do, we can work a lot of things out over Voxer. Like I said, a lot of times it's just having someone to help you with that direction and that strategy. So consulting, again, it's a $6,750 value for those 18 sessions. You would also get the 1 year of Voxer access. So even if you use all of your sessions with me in a matter of 4 months, you still get pocket coaching from me for the next 8. And you're also going to get that audit. It's a $20,000 value. Okay. I'm offering it for $7,000. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to discount these things, but I know that my community needs help. I speak to a lot of women that just want to know what I did. What did you do in 6 months? This is what I did. I invested 4 times that amount into myself. That's what I did. And I've made it all back. You saw my numbers. You heard my numbers. I was very open about them. So you've got to invest in yourself. 1, it's going to make you believe in yourself. Okay. Because you're going to know, oh shit, I got to pay that credit card bill or whatever. I'll tell you, go put it on a credit card. Okay. I do have payment plans, but I'm going to tell you, It's a whole different level when you start investing in yourself. Whole different level. Your mindset changes because you know, I got to make this work. And deal number 3, okay? And if you're on Instagram, I can send you a copy of this, but I'm going to offer a discount if you want to do both, because ironically, I have had several clients that have done both. The way they've set it up is we did a VIP day. We got a lot of their content in place. I did a VIP day with a lady recently, one of my clients. We worked on her content. And then now we are using her strategy sessions, her consulting, to continue to walk her through how to do that herself, to continue to walk her through how to answer messages. And her business is starting to blow up. How does she handle the businesses blowing up? So the VIP day was really to put the infrastructure in place. And then now we're using the coaching and consulting to build off of that. Okay. So it's actually worked really successful I've had 3 clients that have done both. So I'm going to offer a discount, $500 if you decide you want to do both. Again, I have payment plans available. If you are interested, let me know. I've got you can read all these on my website. I know we're over time, but if you're interested, DM me. Okay. I want to chat. I want to talk to you. I want to know what your problems are and how you think that I can help you. If you have questions, don't hesitate. Ask me. I'll be honest with you. I will let you know if you're ready for it or you're not. I'm not going to take your money in good faith if I don't think you're going to put the effort in to do it. Okay. And yes, Brittany asked about payment plans. So I will tell you this, and then we're going to jump off. With the VIP day, there's no payment plan, just because it's one day. So I could offer a payment plan. We just wouldn't be able to do your one day until it's paid in full. So that's something, if you're interested in that, let me know. But with the consulting, there are payment plans available. It can be split up to 6 payments. And then with the package deal, if you're interested in the package deal, I have to make you a specialized coupon code. So just message me and chat with me. But if you're interested, let me know. But with that being said, I will see you. Oh, homework. Oh, sorry. I know we had a couple people jump off. Okay. So with the homework, you have some action items. So audit your personal page. Okay. Choose if you want that to be Facebook or Instagram, but audit your personal page. Make a post where you share a personal side of yourself. So I'm going to challenge you all to make a very vulnerable post tomorrow. See what that does for your business. See what that does for your content. Being vulnerable and showing that authenticity has only ever helped me. And then write the person you aim to be. You can't reach your ideal avatar, your ideal client, if you don't know who you are as a person and how you can serve them. So I challenge you to write who you want to be. What kind of mom do you want to be? What kind of boss do you want to be? What do you want your day to look like? And it sounds silly, okay? But it's not. I promise you it's not, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to run through the comments really quick, see what questions I didn't get to live, and I will see y'all tomorrow at 6 p.m. Bye, guys.